Hello, everybody. Welcome to Candidates Corner. This is Greater Seattle Korean Association's interviews with electeds and candidates. And, we were recently awarded the King County Voter Education Fund grant. And then as part of that, the whole purpose is not really for like endorsement reasons, but more just to interview our candidates live in real time. And then you can get to know more about them on a personal level. And basically, the goal is for us to become more informed voters and more educated voters. So then my friends don't have to ask me like, who should I vote for? You should
Yeah.
know who to vote for. So spend some time to learn about your candidates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
And so, having said that, we're very, very excited to have with us Maya Vegadsalam. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Welcome, Maya. Nice to.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Sam.
of course, of
Thank you.
course. So Maya Vegadsalam is running for King County Council, District 7. And so before we have Maya just share some of her thoughts and visions for District 7 and King County, just a really quick reminder, again, this is not an endorsement, but rather it's just get to know our candidates and so that we can be more informed voters. So, okay, so Maya, perhaps you could just start us off with just your background, just personally, professionally. Yeah.
Sure, will do. Well, thank you, Sam, and thank you to the Greater Seattle Korean Association for having me here.
Sure.
It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Maya Vegadsalam. I'm running for King County Council, District 7. Um, And I am really thankful to be here. My journey started in 1975. I came here to the US with my sister and my mother. My father worked for 7 years to afford us the opportunity to be here in this country. And it was a great sacrifice that he made to bring us here, and not be with us for all those years. I always hold that very near and dear to my heart because it afforded my family and his grandchildren the ability to realize the American dream here. So we're very fortunate to be here. My husband and I have lived in Kent for 33 years. We raised our son through Auburn and Kent Public Schools. We met in Florida Atlantic University. We met there and we graduated in 1986. My husband graduated with a degree in engineering. Myself, I graduated with a degree in Bachelor Business Administration and Accounting with a minor in computer science. So we were very fortunate. My father was there to see all of that and know how much work he did to bring us all here and provide us with that education. So that's always been a very important part of my life, the education piece. Um, we've, okay, I need a break. I lost. We have, hmm. Okay, so in 2013, I ran for the Kent School District school board director position, and I ran for 2 terms and served 8 years. It was my first entry into public service, so that was a very important pivotal point in my life. Professionally, I'm an accountant, and I am a business analyst and also a leadership development consultant for the Washington State School Directors
Oh, wow.
Association. So education is all around me and very
Sure.
imbued in my life. Um, Professionally in the past, I have served as executive director for a nonprofit. I work for the American Cultural Exchange as an executive director of interpretive and translation services in Seattle. And I also worked to turn that nonprofit into a for-profit. During the Asian economic crisis, we went through some difficulties. So we turned that into a for-profit, and it was acquired by Enling Corporation. At that point, I became the president of ACE Infotech Group. We also installed some programs to do website and software localization. And then we also worked with our government organizations and agencies to bring those language access services to our government contracts. So I then became the chief strategy officer there, and I was promoting a lot of our government contracts in Washington, D.C. During this time, my son went through a lot of bullying and harassment in our schools, and it finally occurred to me, when I left my for-profit work, how important it is for us to educate our families about navigating our education system, helping them to understand the resources that are available. So all of that to say, I ran for King County Council because I have an accounting background, I have education background, housing background. We're facing a lot of challenges in King County, and I think it's important to bring those kind of different perspectives and experiences to the table. I worked at Tacoma Housing Authority as well for 6 years, helping manage the enterprise resource system process management for them, for our finance department, our property management, rental assistance, and HR. So all of those experiences helped me understand the difficulties we're going through in King County. While serving in the Kent School District School Board, I was the president of the school board for 2 years, carrying the district through the most difficult financial recovery period. And during that period, I learned the importance of helping explain the fiscal responsibility and the transparency that our public is demanding. So while I ran for for a purpose of bringing my experiences to the table, one of the things that I'm realizing as I doorbell is the importance of people wanting to understand where is their money going, what is happening with our property taxes, and how effective are the programs that we're funding. So this has been an ongoing discussion that our community has been asking.
I see. So Maya, first of all, thank you so much for your service for our next generation in the Kent School Board as president. You touched upon it a little bit, but I was going to ask, what was really the main reason, like you tipped your hat in for King County Council? It seems like such a huge task, and a lot to accomplish. And I think you touched upon it a little bit. It's like, the good financial stewardship is very, very important. Would you say that that's the case? And what else is, why did you, come to?
Well, to be honest, during that period when my son was being bullied and harassed, I had a small home-based consulting company at home. And at that time, I was volunteering with our nonprofit organization and our education organizations. And I knew that financial sustainability for our nonprofits, all of those are important things that we're really not considering when we're funding or when we're looking at grants and things like that. So one of the things that I really thought was important is that I bring my experiences, not only that, but also I serve South King County. That's been my history. I volunteered through United Way, through Seattle Foundation, providing technical assistance to our nonprofits in our area. All of those experiences really make me who I am. And I want to give back to South King County. So I've been approached to run different positions like legislative, Senate, but it hasn't interested me. This is the only position that really interested me.
Oh, wow, that's great. So, with all of your public service work and community work, we're very grateful to you for those years.
Thank you.
And so now, if elected to King County Council, what would you say are kind of like your highest priorities there? Like, how would you kind of hit the ground running?
Definitely, I think looking at the financial situation, but we have a little bit of a buffer right now with the sales tax, and but in the coming years, in 2027 to 2028, we're going to be in a very difficult position. So I want to see some metrics. I want to see how nonprofits have affected our communities. I want to make sure funding is allocated appropriately to District 7 because a lot of our communities, especially in unincorporated, are saying they're not seeing any supports, though they're paying taxes. So that's one. Secondly, I think it's really important to get our educational institutions, organizations together with our county and local government. This has been missing, I feel, in King County Council. We don't talk about education at all. We have a $880 million levy, Best Starts for Kids levy that is sort of mired right now in allegations of waste, fraud. But there are some great organizations there. We want to see, who's making an effect and who's allocating money into District 7 in particular.
I see.
So that's two. And then public safety, working with our schools, providing, this sense of hopefulness, and also making sure that we have career pathways that are working for our students so that they can address the affordable housing crisis, through innovative technology, innovative solutions, prefab homes, all of the options have to be at the table at this point.
I see. Great. Thank you so much, Maya. I'll ask you a surprise question.
Okay.
It's not difficult at all. It's something that hopefully you can share from the heart. We're a Korean association.
Yes.
But recently we've been doing more outreach to our community. And as we do this, we find that we have more commonalities than we do differences. But at the same time, part of this goal for doing these interviews and the grant is so that awareness, a lot of people ask, well, especially like we're coming up on a really important time, November 4th for the elections. And, sadly, a lot of people are just like, I hear like, why aren't you voting? And it's just like, I don't think my vote matters. I hear that a lot. So maybe if you could give some encouragement to our community and our communities, AANHPI, Asian American communities of color, I think that we can do more to become involved and also to vote. How and why should we do this? And how can we do this? Get more involved.
I think education is such an important piece of outreach and awareness. One of the things that I started doing way back before I started running for the school board was bringing a South Asian public education group to our schools. It's really important to reach our local communities and help them understand the importance of who's going to represent you and what are they going to do, not just for your organization, but how are they going to bring different communities together. We really simply cannot do the work alone as one or two local organizations. It's important to involve our Korean community. I've met with our Lao senior outreach groups. They're trying to work with different groups, Indian groups, come together, bring awareness of what our seniors are facing in District 7. There's a lot of isolation. There's no connection to our young people. There's no transportation systems that are available with mobility in District 7. I mean, those are all things that unless you bring that awareness to the table and that you exercise your right to vote for the candidate that's going to address those issues, nothing is going to change. I mean, that's the fact, right? So I think for the Korean community, it's the same as the Indian community and the Lao community. Everyone's feeling the sense of isolation because their needs are not being met, and it's because there isn't somebody there to speak up for them. And I think what you're doing is critical because you're bringing the awareness of what our local what is our name called?
Local, officials and electeds.
Local officials are going to do for these organizations, especially Korean and far away, as we talk about,
right.
population.
Right, right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Amaya, for your thoughts and your vision. Everybody, again, this is Amaya Venkatasalam,
Yes.
and she's running for King County Council. The ballots are already out, okay? And so remember to, hey, learn about your candidates, make informed decisions. Again, Maya Venkatasalam, King County Council, District 7. And so the due date is November 4th. It's very important. Not just our right to have our voice, but it's what being American, I think,
Mm,
is really about.
mm,
You know, a lot of people fought for this right
yes.
to do this. And so let's try to remember and
Yes.
reflect upon that.
Yes.
This is why it's important.
Please vote.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you,
Thank you.
Maya.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And shall we give a shout out to the District 7?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Go District 7.
All right,
Yes,
go.
Lord,
Thank you very
you.
much.
Thank you very
Okay.
much, everybody.
I'm going to greet in the Hindu.
Yes. Thank you.
Namaste.
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 Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you,
you,
Maya.
Sam.
Okay.